In our TED Talk this week, Monica Lewinsky talked about public shaming, specifically online. She talked about falling in love with the president and learning those consequences of falling in love with the president and how that can be very detrimental to your life. And when people find out, it can cause a lot of issues. She talked about having to authenticate phone conversations that happened a year before whenever this scandal came to light. And she said that this particular scandal was the first one that was available on the internet, that broke on the internet. And so it was the first thing of a new era. It was the first scandal of a new era. Instead of just reading about it in the newspapers and seeing it on TV, people were able to read about it online. And that changed the way news broke forever. Nowadays, we see something on the news and we're able to comment about it to the post, to the article, and it stays there forever. And Monica discusses how public shaming online could be very detrimental and can cause people to commit suicide. And she talked about certain situations whenever she was going through that and her mother having to watch over her very closely to make sure she didn't do anything that could end her life. She said that online shaming is permanent. And the more that we click on public shaming stories, the more they'll be prevalent in our culture. So I chose to talk about selecting a posture for refutation, and under that I chose understanding momentum, which is on page 169. And refutation is the term we use to describe the process through which one person or faction, which is a group of people involved in a decision, criticizes the arguments advanced by another person or faction. So, understanding momentum. Momentum describes a state of mind regarding critical attention to arguments. It also, in refraction, you may, in refutation, you must understand momentum. So, in my opinion, I believe this is saying that if you have a certain situation that's going to be public shaming, you need to get in front of it. You need to understand the momentum that it can bring about, and you must get in front of it before it gets too bad. So I believe that Monica Lewinsky was trying to say something like this in her argument, and how public shaming could be so bad for people, and she said that you should get in front of it and try to combat it. And I think that she did a great job. I'll give her an 8 out of 10. I think that she had some work, but I think she did a really good job on this argument, and she had a lot of good points to say.